All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso workshop meeting. I'll have a call to order, and if you will stand with me for a moment of silence, and then we'll have the pledge.
Our God in heaven, we just pray to you and ask you for protection of this region from the damaging winds. You've calmed the ocean, just calm this wind. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendships among united cultures.
All right, thank you, everybody. Good morning. It's supposed to be Wednesday, windy and cold this weekend, so maybe we'll get some snow. Can I get a roll call, please, ma'am?
Mayor Crawford,
Here.
Councilor Eby,
Here.
Councilor Letterman,
Here.
Councilor Salas,
Here.
Councilor Hooker,
Here.
Councilor Jackson,
Here.
Councilor Corey.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go on with the agenda items. Excuse me. Item number 1 is discussion on adoption of Resolution 2025-09, a resolution adopting the Infrastructure Capital Improvement Plan, ICIP, for Ruidoso Community Center for fiscal year 2025-2026. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Crawford, members of the council.
Morning.
So the Infrastructure Capital Improvement Plan, what's required is that every year when we go out for grant applications through the New Mexico Aging and Long-Term Services Department, they require a 5-year plan, which is the ICIP, Infrastructure Capital Improvement Plan, to show that our 5-year plan for future funding goals that we have. So in order for us to apply for funding through them, which they help us out a lot, they require this plan from us. So I put together the plan, and you all have it in front of you and stuff of what I have set for the next 5 years. So that just needs to be approved by council in order for me to proceed with my grant applications.
Anthony, do you do this every year?
Councilor Corey, yes, I do. It's a separate ICIP from the Village of Ruidoso that we have to do
Okay.
because we go through funding through that source.
And it's early this year. How was it?
Mayor Crawford, members of the council, last year, Department of Finance, they moved the dates up. So usually it was due by like September 1st. Now for Anthony and his funding, it's in March. The villages will be the end of July, so we'll have to have it. So we'll have to have it at our July meeting, so.
Okay, so we'll have time for this to be on next meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
And have you got a drawing yet of how you're going to extend the parking lot?
Mayor Crawford, members of the council, yes, I do have that plan. I'm not sure if it was in the packet.
I don't see it
I
in
don't see it either.
the parking lot. I just see, I don't see a whole lot in there on what we're doing on the parking lot. Just the capital, just some forms.
Metrics.
We
But you're
did,
talking about where the old swing playground was at, moving all of that and then excavating that out. That's what you're talking about doing over there?
Yes, Mayor Crawford extended it out that way, and also that in that plan is to actually renovate the existing parking lot, extend it all out to add more parking to that area.
Okay, good. Okay, does anybody have any questions?
What about the restrooms right there, those old ones? Are we going to continue to use those?
The restrooms, the way I understand it, is Parks and Rec. They are
Okay.
planning to.
Matthew's on his way.
You're talking about one in the dining room area?
No.
In the
By
parking lot.
by the parking
playground.
lot.
Oh, those are coming out. Go ahead.
Depends on which set. If it's the old white ones that are on the heel.
No,
No,
not
the ones
those,
by the new
one-
playground?
Yeah,
So the ones by the new playground are set to be renovated next year.
Oh,
And
they're
so
okay.
we're working that within our budget to renovate those. We're
Okay.
working through our park system to renovate all of our park bathrooms. And so Wingfield's just finished its renovation. And so we'll be working our way through to get that one
So
renovated.
we'll have 2 bathrooms over there.
So that park does have 2 bathrooms, yes. It has one by the playground, then one over by the pool for the tennis courts.
But to his question, the cinder block one on the hill, that's
On the
gonna
hill.
be removed, right?
Yes, we're kind of trying to decide if we want to remove it right now or actually gut it out and use it for storage for the pool. Just because it is a solid building still.
Right, right.
And it's right there, so we could store chemicals or store other supplies in it for the pool.
Okay.
All right. Where do you want it?
Consent?
Consent? Thank you very much, Anthony.
Thanks,
Thank you all.
Anthony.
How's our girl doing? She gotten better? Last couple times I've been over there, she was sick.
Are you speaking of Amber?
No, your president of the,
Oh, Miss Shirley, she's back and she's doing really well.
okay, good.
Yeah, just like normal. So
Okay, good.
Shirley.
Yeah, she's a pistol. Item number 2, discussion on award of RFP 2025-008P to Deckard Technologies, Inc. for short-term rental software services. And the Miracle app, we're so excited.
Good morning, Mayor, Council. This is an award of the new software program to help us manage the short-term rental program. We did have 3 bidders, and Deckard Technology was the highest rated of all of them.
Is Deckard the one we've been dealing with?
Deckard is the one that, yes, that we have been looking at for a bit now.
It's almost 2 years. Very good. And this is the same one the county's purchased. We don't know if they have the same modules, but,
Correct.
okay. Any questions? Okay. Where do you want this one?
Consent.
Consent. Thank you, Alex.
My pleasure.
Oh, did you find out what's going on up there by Livewire Electric?
I have not yet, but I'll look into that today.
Dun, 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 dun. Monday, it was Monday.
Yesterday was Monday.
Yeah.
It was a long day yesterday.
I know,
Okay,
so-
yeah. Okay, we'll get on that, yeah. Thank you.
I was just curious, if we have any new ones like that, maybe we just post it somewhere, let us know, and then we can let the council know.
Yeah, that would be,
Because there's, these new things are going up that are really interesting, so.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Okay, item number 3, discussion on, this is just the agreement. For 126,000, you want that where?
I would suggest regular, so looking at, we awarded in consent, but then we could talk about the agreement in regular. That's just my suggestion on that, because I know when we put both of them on the regular, we get confused. Oh, we thought we approved this already, but the award, I mean.
Y'all good? Everybody?
Yes.
and then if we approve this, when does that go into effect?
Mayor, Councilwoman Litterman, we would go under contract as soon as the contract is signed, and then the software would go live July 1st is when we will be aiming to get it
July 1st.
operational for us.
Okay,
And the new fees, Alex, have already started.
Sir, yes, it came into effect today.
Mr. Mayor, Alex, it runs for 1 year, and then and I know it's a large document, but does it then evergreen for renewal? And if it does, what are the costs of that?
Councilman Jackson, we have every 9 years we have 9 renewals on that, and I will check for sure to see if there is a built-in escalator on that or not.
Well, and the other question I would have too is if it's part of our budget ongoing, so that there are monies put aside for that for renewals.
Yes, there will be an ongoing cost to that, and part of the reason behind raising the permit fees is so that we can cover that
Absorb it.
through the program and
Thank
not
you.
out of lodger's
Alex,
tax.
are they sending people out to do the install, or is it done remotely?
every year? Is that
Uh,
what you're not sure of?
I'm not sure how much it will be every year. Some of that, of course, is because we are adding the extra add-ons of the 24-hour monitoring and the call center. There will be some higher cost to that.
Will you
so.
know that?
Oh,
by
yes,
Tuesday?
I will have all those questions ready to be answered no later than the council meeting next week, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Regular item. Okay, item number 4, discussion on award of RFP 2025-009, P for water rights attorney services to Mudrow, Sperling, Roll, Harris, and Sisk, PA. Hi, guys, how are y'all? Good, how are you, man?
Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we received one proposal for the attorney for the water rights. And we went for an RFP on this one. And this is the agreement for the water rights attorney services with
Mondrel,
Monroe.
Maria.
Yeah, with Maria O'Brien. And so we went ahead and sent the RFP for this one.
Has she represented us before?
No,
Oh, okay.
but we've had her on temporary stuff right now.
Yeah, that's what I
And she
thought, but-
answers the phone, calls us back immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're already using her.
okay.
She's been really good.
That's what I thought.
They bill by the hour?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And you've been pleased with them?
Mayor,
I
Mayor
have.
Crawford, yes, and
Yep.
council, she's even responding during the weekends with questions and whatnot, so.
Because we're narrowing down on the other stuff,
Yeah.
but she responds
It's good to hear.
really good. And she's going to be here next week?
She can be here on the 11th, on the April the 11th, but I'll give you some details here. We're going to have executive session, so she'll
So
be
she
joining
can
us
Meet you.
today.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you want it?
Consent.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. That was easy.
Yep,
Thank you.
Hey. And then we'll have the award next. Item number 5, and you want to do it again on regular?
I would suggest that again, so we
Okay,
can discuss it and.
I think it's important because, that everybody sees that we have Zach.
And they're
Zach
worried.
does it all. He does it
And-
all.
And I think it's important for us to let people know that there are the specialties that we have to require, so it's important for us.
Nor does he want to learn.
The mayor and I have a meeting scheduled with, he's the water rights, his name's John Romero. Rifle might know John Romero.
Yeah.
And on the 14th of April, we're going up to Santa Fe, and we're going to meet with him and have some discussion, and Maria may be joining us also. I have to let them know because they have to have their attorney there if we have our attorney, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to speak?
We're going to, because we are really tired of our district. Juan and Nicole, non-responsive, they've just on this last thing that we've been trying to do, she's run rogue on so many different items. So it's time to not let her run rogue anymore. So we'll see if she drives a Tesla. That's all I'm gonna do and see if I can help it out. Okay, so that takes care of that. Other items will be just our consent regular items, which would be the governing body minutes for March 11th and then the meeting today, April 1st. Approval of the certificate of destruction that the clerks have. And then we'll have an approval to schedule a public hearing on May 13th for applications submitted by Verde Development Limited, located at 1056 Meacham Drive, for transfer of ownership of liquor license. This license came from Farmington. I still don't know how it happened so fast, but it's going to Jack's Backstage. Yeah. And they have been serving alcohol there.
That's what I thought. I
Yeah.
thought they have one, or they
No,
weren't, okay.
well, the track, yeah, I know where you're going. The track was putting a temporary license over there. You can do that like 3 times a year.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know the track was doing it either, so. And so then we'll have item number 4, approval to request scheduled public hearing on May 13th for the mixed-use PUD zoning designation for site plan and concept approval for Planning Commission case SP 2025-31 for 270 Country Club Drive, the country club tract of the Cree Meadows Country Club subdivision. There you go, Alex. So is this on Fairway 1?
Through 9.
This is an item that the Planning Commission is going to consider this afternoon. So it is the Baptist Church. They have been offered the opportunity to put a manufactured home on their property. The property is owned PUD, and it has never been, I guess, finalized in regard to the PUD. And so that is what this process would do, would establish the mixed-use designation for that PUD and allow them to place that mobile home there.
And that's also across the street too, isn't it? That designation has never been finalized? Remember when we looked into that?
Yes, yeah.
Is that going to be for a parsonage or?
It will be for, I believe they're going to have missionaries and the like. It will be for church workers.
Good. Is it going to be straight up trailer house or
It will be some kind of mobile manufactured
modular
home.
maybe?
But a modular, I thought, is what they were looking at.
I don't, recall the exact specifics of what they're
Okay,
going to
good.
put there.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Then we'll have public input. Then we'll do presentation of new employees and promotions. Employee of the quarter and department of the quarter. And then we're going to have the proclamation that Ralph brought to my attention, honoring resident Emma Montez Richardson.
Now, Barbara said she'll be her and her brother, sister, but they'll try and get Emma to show up. She doesn't like being in the public eye, is what Barbara told me.
And how old is she?
103,
103.
lifetime Lincoln County resident, Ruidoso resident.
Wow.
How is she doing, Rifle?
As far as I know, she's doing good, what
Yeah.
Barbara said. I mean, she goes down, I think, once a month, she'll go to the shop with Barbara and hang out there.
Yeah, good.
So I'm waiting for that time to go meet her and talk to her in person.
Yeah.
What is she still cutting hair in there?
Barbara.
Barbara,
Yeah, she does
limited customers, I
1
thought.
week a month.
So,
And then they have like a gift store or gift shop or
yeah, it's
something?
more of a gift and
Awesome.
art gallery, I would say,
Okay.
or craft gallery.
And then proclamation, April, Keep Ruidoso Beautiful,
Nice.
and the Great American Cleanup.
Can the T-Bone, we are bringing the roll-off to Schoolhouse Park, or it's already there? I had a few, they asked me over the weekend, I go, I don't know, call T-Bone. And I gave your number out to a few people too, so.
What can't you put in there?
Liquids, tires, commercial construction material.
Okay.
Okay. Then we'll have another proclamation for Fair Housing Month. And we'll have the manager's report. And-
On the manager's report, can we talk about the WIBIT?
Wibbit?
The Wibbits.
WIBIT. I'm worried about that.
Okay. And then we'll have the update on the Lincoln National Forest from Amanda Jonathan. And so be sure and have any questions that are ready for that.
I did call her last week to just add in the report of what's their staffing, mainly the hot shots, what are their plans with the season coming up? And She said, yeah, she'll probably bring her
Have they
head
had-
fire guy.
Have they had layoffs locally?
The only ones I've heard of were like summer intern, people that were
Yeah.
hired that have just been here forever. But none of the fire, yeah, go ahead. I should ask the firefighter.
The only layoffs they've had have been like parks people.
Yeah.
No fire positions have been laid off.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about an update on Upper Sudderth revitalization with Gene Paulk, Senior Project Manager with Stantec. So we'll get to moving forward on that. Also, update on White Mountain Sports Complex. Starting to get a lot of work on that, and I know you've applied for a grant already. And then an update on the Innsbrook. If you're not getting calls, you will be.
Yep.
Because they're all coming back and wanting to know why those roads are bad. So if you haven't been over there, go. But we're working with, is it NRCS? Adam, where'd he go? Adam? NRCS is supposed to be over there starting pretty quick.
NRCS contracted WX Septic to do the construction there, and we've been in contact with WX, and we're going to work with them.
Okay, and we got to finish paving and everything.
So do we have to do that before we can pave? Is that why we're?
Yeah,
Okay.
they said they would just tear it up.
Is that related to the flooding?
Yes, originally. And then we went in there and redid all the water lines and everything, and we're going to do it last year, but got knocked out.
Yeah.
And then this is stuff from the flooding that they're taking care of, so.
Do we have to wait for our new hot plant mix?
We already got it.
Oh.
We'll have a update on that. Maybe bring some pictures, like a brand-new baby. Yes. Christen
Christen
that
it.
puppy. My gosh. That was something else. Finally got it. They got it, what, Monday or Sunday, Saturday? Yesterday you got it. So sweet. Thank you, Jesus. That was a good deal.
Name it Josh.
Yes, or Kevin or something. So we'll be excited to get that and get started. So yes,
Good.
then the question is like, we will be finishing the other half of Barkus and we will, all those things we'll
Yes.
be able to get started on. So I'm excited. We'll have reports from municipal officials. Regular items, in addition to what we've talked about, will possible action on Resolution 2025-11, resolution of the acceptance and approval of the fiscal year 2024 audit. So we get that in, and we can actually talk about it. Who was it I was telling you that posted, they were so excited?
Oh, I can't remember.
You put it on their big
Yes.
digital billboard. and Congratulations, and then next thing you know, is it Myas?
Joseph Mayestas.
Joseph's office calling him saying, you can't do that. You got to get that off of there until
They
it's
had
accepted.
Yeah, they had a finding after that. so-
Yeah. Yeah, so there went your good audit. Thank you very much.
Oh,
So,
And Mayor and Council, a second item that we're going to have on regular, it's already inputted, but it's not on here, is we're going to be approving a task order with Bohannon Houston. This is on the Starlight project, and they'll be doing construction phase services, so we'll have them on board also.
okay.
What's the timing on that
Jeez.
front?
Adam, you want to?
And also an update on the bridge in Upper Canyon.
Malone?
the Malone Bridge.
So, as far as the timing of Starlight, your special meeting this morning, the
Yep.
contractor and everything's gonna be on that.
Okay.
So as soon as we get the approval on that, the parts have been ordered, the culverts. So we're looking maybe in like next 2 weeks.
And they're metal 6-footers, we talked about box or whatever, but they said they wouldn't do that, so we've already got those ordered. We went ahead and signed off on that with Chavez.
So we can get this done before Memorial Day?
Yes.
That's the plan.
Goodness.
Yes. They'll
Keep
put-
saying yes.
Yes, there'll be 72-inch culverts crossing Starlight, and 248s crossing, Paradise. And what they're gonna do is kind of squash them and open them up. So we don't have to raise that road so high, but it's fingers crossed, we're gonna.
And then the Malone Bridge, Adam?
So the Malone Bridge, is, I would say, 65-70% complete.
Is that the last bridge?
Yes, sir.
That's the one where people couldn't get to their house?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DOT is working on that. I was actually up there yesterday. All the planks are in, the actual structure, the concrete support, so now they're just gonna put the decking on.
So are we rigging it? I mean,
The state is rebuilding this one, like it should be, but we don't have anything done on any of the others. But this one's being built back to the,
They did a
so
design
we
on it.
won't have, so that will be complete.
Yes.
We won't have to worry about
be a
that one
permanent bridge.
anymore.
yeah, the rest of them, we still don't have anything on.
Well, that's good.
Well, I got all excited because I was like, oh my gosh, we're starting our Bridget. No.
No, but I did see them doing some desilting.
Yes, they are.
So we've started that in the Rio. We haven't got all the way up yet, but where did I see them?
So they're,
Country Club.
Eagle's there,
The
and then
Country Club. It
Country
looks
Club.
we have
wonderful.
Jack Johnson's up in Upper Canyon at the raised line, starting to work his way down this way.
Okay, so that's great. And we don't get to reclaim that dirt. We were wanting to fill in some low spots out, but we don't get
Where
that.
does it go?
Goes the dump. Because FEMA paid for it.
So what about the racetrack? How is that going?
It's going really good. Looks like April, I don't know, 5th, 7th, somewhere in that neighborhood, that Fisher will be close to finish.
Yes.
And then they'll start putting the surface on the track. And they'll expect to have that finished by the end of the month, or middle end of the month. And then of April, and then horses coming in. And then we're off to the races for the 23rd.
Ron, in the manager's report, can you speak to the status of the flood maps? You know,
Okay,
if
we
they're on
can-
the website.
Yeah, we could do
how you
that.
access
Yeah, we'll have, I know we had a resident and Mike spoke with her, but we'll have staff, we'll have them prepared for that, so.
Because we don't have the map yet where you can go to your address ready.
Carrie has, she has another map, but they're gonna work on a secondary map to show before, after, and then have another interactive type map, so we'll get an update on that.
Adam, going back to Paradise Starlight, which project would they start first, or,
I believe they want to start Paradise first.
okay, good.
That way, because they're going to have to close it down. So if they can close Paradise down, get that knocked out, it'll be minimal.
And that's about a week's project, you think, or 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks, because they're
2
going to have to
weeks.
pave it and stuff, so you're looking at about 2 weeks.
Because, yeah, I want to be sure that's done before, just delays if track season comes in and, you know, we got that main thoroughfare.
And I'm working with Zeo Gas also, because the existing culvert that crosses Paradise actually has a gas line going through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're having to work with Zeo Gas and get some of the utilities moved out of the way.
What is the line hanging out currently?
Coming off Starlet.
Starlight.
Is that just your plumbing?
Oh, that's the sewer line.
Sewer.
Yes.
Mayor, back on the track, what's been the reaction of the horsemen to the change in the format?
Well, the thoroughbred deal, because a lot of it has to do with the HISA ruling, the Horse Integrity Safety Act, that's thoroughbreds, has interfered so much with expenses and all this stuff that there were less than 400 thoroughbreds bred this year in New Mexico. So they understood it was going to be tied anyway, and Ruidoso hasn't primarily been. But there's a lot of disappointment because a lot of our members, they love the thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
A lot of our favorite trainers are thoroughbred trainers. So, but they're working to try to have it back next year, depending
Okay,
on.
so
It's not a permanent thing.
Okay.
But the overall nominations for all the quarter horses for the Ruidoso, the Rainbow and the All-American are already way up. They're setting records right now. And so they've got a schedule out that'll be modified, but it's going to be, 10, 12 races a day for 3 days a week. And so that part is looking good.
Which, Thursday, Friday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And so why, right now, can't we have thoroughbreds?
If you look on the 6.5 furlong, it's that straightaway that goes down the
Yep.
backside and around.
Yep.
Well, what they're looking at, and correct me if it's changed, it may have changed, they're looking at being able to use that, and you need to drive out there and look. There's a big old hole in the middle of the track where they've dug out that's gonna be overflow. So it was part, that they think it would, that's Rick calling me now, that it would be able to, use that to disperse the velocity of water before it tore the track up.
So the quarter horses will just run the straightaway and then go right back?
They'll go right around no, they'll be able to go around.
Oh, they will?
Because it takes them a while for them to, slow down.
Right.
So they'll still run around, it's just this area going that way. And you'll have to see it. It's just the track is.
That's okay.
You have the coming in, and then it just makes a big old
Right,
oval like
right.
this. It's this area here.
Oh,
So
okay.
when the river comes in here, it could back up in this area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So but it's coming along. Those guys are doing a lot. Had a meeting with Shane Garner yesterday about, he has all that property back to the west.
Yeah.
It's in the floodway and floodplain now, and talking to him about the ability to maybe purchase that as part of this program to put in a diversion pond back there. So we're gonna meet and do a walkthrough on that.
Oh, nice.
And I'd already talked with the governor about it, about funding. So he's willing to discuss it.
Mayor Crawford,
Yes.
do we need to add an opening on boards and commissions?
Oh, yeah. We haven't I never received a letter or anything from,
I have not.
you haven't either? I haven't either.
Which board?
The Wingfield Board.
Okay.
Tracy didn't she turn in a resignation?
I didn't receive anything.
Oh, you haven't received anything?
She kind of gave me a verbal.
Okay, well, she said she sent in something, so I'll get
I didn't
that.
see it.
And then we'll have a vacancy on that board, so. I was trying to find somebody that was, these people that were always mentioned, I can't been able to get a hold of any of them. There was 3 of them that have been here, they're retired. The history's their thing, but they're not, second generation or anything like the
Well, that
rest of us.
doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why I
I know
was.
Jennifer Brewer is interested in either maybe that or the Friends, so if you can't find anybody.
Of the Friends? Oh,
Yeah, we're trying to get that,
Yeah.
the Friends group going.
okay. And then if we find anything else, we'll have it in the manager's report.
I was gonna have Matthew also, he stepped out, but just an update on the striping of the parking lot. They're off of Eagle, they're gonna be working on that, T-Bone. And Eddie's gonna go visit businesses and just let them know they're gonna be starting early, a couple of hours, are you thinking?
Downshift.
Downshift in that area there to get
Yeah.
the striping done, so.
Anything else anyone can think that we need to discuss? Okay, if you do, we still got a little time, let me know so we can get them on it.
If I do get the information from Green Tree on their
Oh,
recycling and
yes.
stuff, I'll add that to my under municipal officials report. But they asked all the entities involved to send a letter of support for their grant to recycle tires or collect tires. I don't know if they recycle.
That's Green
or
Tree?
not. That's Green Tree.
Will they do it?
Well, that's the thing. I did get one question asked, when was the last time they did it? It was in 2014 that they collected tires. And it was only one time a year, kind of like their annual November recycle day or whatever, computer cleanup
Oh, yeah, that was in November.
in November.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, but I did ask for more information because I will probably be asking or talking about, do we need a recycling program if we're not actually recycling? Or if less than 50% of what's collected isn't actually being recycled. So that's something that could be discussed, turning over the blue containers that collect the recycling items in the town, turn over the maintenance and all that costs back to Green Tree. Because right now in our agreement, the Village of Ruidoso is responsible for them. Not collecting them, but sometimes they do because they're contaminated. And that's where, looking at cutting down costs, I mean, we're going to be raising prices again in June. I'm just trying to look at something to reduce the costs that Jerry has on maintenancing. Now, I haven't asked Jerry to give me a report on what's the cost on maintaining those,
Which ones? The blue ones?
the blue ones.
Those aren't even ours, are they?
They are.
I thought those were Green Trees. They're the ones supposed to be picking them up.
Maybe, well,
Yeah, that's all your,
That's cardboard and.
cardboard and all that, but Jerry says they're responsible for maintaining them.
Well, and I can tell you, a lot of the times, especially that one down at Rock Mountain, they never pick up.
Yeah.
And I have to call Jerry and that we just pick it up and throw it in the dump.
And that's what I'm seeing. Because I even asked in the report or my request, what are their schedules of picking those up?
When we call and go out and say you're full,
Yeah.
they
but
show up.
That 2 days later,
Yep.
if not 3 days. But if I get all that information, Jenny, here pretty quick, I'll forward it to you to put in our packet.
Okay, anything else? Okay, well, that covers our agenda for today, and we will end this meeting and we'll reconvene at 9:30.
All right. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
So it was funny, the other day, I was at